This is the Player 4 Podcast. Join us each week as we talk about video games, entertainment, and pop culture, and bring in guests from the Rooster Teeth community. Player 4 has entered the game.
Hey, welcome to another episode of the Player 4 Podcast.
Yay!
I'm Andreas, aka El Togoako.
Wait, whoa. Know your place. Know your place.
No, I'm good with this. Hello, I am Tristan, aka Shot Brazier on the Rooster Teeth website.
I am Alex, aka Chaos Black 21.
And I'm Malachi, aka Sukikiba.
Gets to say and again.
I know.
But this time it's fine.
It is fine. We brought back Guaco because we lost Joseph, and Lillehammer's just better than Texas now.
We haven't lost Joseph permanently. Just we lost Joseph.
Lillehammer is the new
Texas.
Texas. Isn't that where you live?
I don't know if yeah. Okay.
Bleep Texas. There you go.
New bleep Texas.
Doesn't Joseph live in Bleep, Texas?
Yeah, Joseph definitely lives in bleep Texas. I've been there. It was like a long drive from Bleeper, Texas. So today we have some trap sex to talk about. To start off with our first trap sex.
Do you mean topics? Because that's what it is.
That's your word for it. That's not my word for it. The RT website released a new video streaming platform, the SVOD, and Guaco has some news about it, and so we'll let him talk about that for a couple more. And then we were going to move into some D&D shenanigans because that is what we do when Joseph isn't here. Isn't that right, guys? We just talk D&D.
I guess if I have to.
Wait, hold on. On here, I like how you made it Shenanies.
No, it's Shenanies.
No, Shenanies is SH. It's not SCH.
Sure.
Yeah.
Shenanies.
I mean, SCH still makes a sh sound.
I know, but I'm pretty sure it's SH.
Oh, you know what? Shenanigans doesn't even have two N's. They do spell it without the C, though.
Back to the trap sex, Guaco.
Yeah, give us our first trap sex.
That's a sentence I never expected to hear.
Yeah. Give us our first trap sex. That's not creepy at all.
Love the definition of shenanigans, by the way. The definition of shenanigans, according to the dictionary, is secret or dishonest activity or maneuvering. I like the idea that it's secret. Secret shenanigans.
Definitely dishonest.
Okay. When there is a shenanigan.
And our shenanies. All right. So tell us about the SVOD.
The SVOD, yeah, it's in open beta right now. So it's Rooster Teeth new streaming website. It doesn't have a community section yet. If you click the community, you're just led to the old one.
Yeah.
But its layout is completely revamped. Instead of having all the channels on top, they have them on a side panel. And they show all the latest videos right on the front page. And it looks somewhat like another streaming service we're used to.
Mm-hmm. Is it Twitch?
No, Netflix. Oh. It looks exactly like Netflix.
Now, I had a chance to look at it for a moment, and I will say that as a person who is no longer a sponsor on RT, due to them screwing around with my sponsorship, I had difficulty. Like, I would see a video I wanted to watch, and I click on it and be like, this isn't available for you to watch yet. It's like, you could have put a label on there letting me know before I clicked it that I couldn't watch it.
Yeah. There should be a star on the corner if it's for first only, but it might be that they added that star recently. Because I'm looking at it right now, and the stars next to the first episodes.
Because my thing was that it was in the section at the top, just said recent, but I have no idea how recent is. Like, not the dates on mine didn't show the date that the video went up in the quick description. So I clicked on it and it just wouldn't play. I was like, okay, I guess I have to be a sponsor to watch this.
Yeah, you're right. They don't show when it came up. That is stupid. They should do that.
Yeah. So, I submitted some little bug reports or whatnot, reviews, to let them know what I thought needed to change. But how have you been enjoying the video quality and the such like? Because that was like the big thing, right? They wanted to do this to improve stream quality.
Yeah, it's definitely improved. way quicker, even on older episodes.
Does it buffer a lot ahead, or do they still do that thing where it just buffers like 30 seconds ahead?
Yeah, they still do that short buffer thing, yeah, but you don't really see the buffer at all because it loads that quick. You open a video and it instantly just plays on 1080.
Yeah, and so like as a comparison to the old site, so the improvements are they've made the managing of the videos or the arrangement of the videos a lot easier to navigate than the old site. Like, how did the old site do it? If you wanted to find a video, or when you went to the video section, what was that all about?
Yeah, you saw the latest at top, and you had to scroll down to find all the videos.
Were they at least broken out into like, here's achievement hunter videos, here's how'd they do it?
On the new one is the side panel where they show channel, series, live, my watch list, community, and store. And if you click, say, channels, then you can see all the different channels that have, like Rooster Teeth and Achievement Hunter and Funhouse and all those.
Okay, and then if I click on that, I'll get like just the Achievement Hunter videos.
Yeah.
What if I'm specifically looking for like Achievement Hunters GTA 5 Let's Plays? What if I just want to see a listing of those? How easy is it for me to just click and make it show me just those videos? Does it truncate down so that I can just get those videos, or do I still have to like search in a big pile of videos that are arranged by date?
If you click on series, you can still find the specific series that I can go into, and it's a drop-down list for the seasons.
Okay.
But sadly, you cannot take out certain sections of the series. Say, Let's Play. If you want to see only the Saints roles, for instance, you will have to still find those.
Okay,
because
so
they don't recognize those as a different series.
So Let's Play is just Let's Play. So that could be Saints Row, that could be GTA, that could be Minecraft.
Yeah. However, they now have a search bar that works extremely well. So you can just search Let's Play GTA 5, and then you find all the GTA 5 videos.
Okay, that's good to hear.
Yeah, I've been using that to find the Worms videos, because that makes it so much easier.
Yeah, I love the Worms videos. They're funny as heck. So I had an issue with one of the older videos I wanted to watch, and I think you had a similar issue. Like, the video quality was good, the stream was fast, but then something weird happened, right?
I'm thinking about the freeze up.
Right, where the whole screen, the video just seems to freeze. You lose, the picture stops moving, you lose the audio, but the tracking bar keeps ticking.
Yeah, I have that problem a lot, but only with older videos. Every video from like 2015 and up works perfectly fine, but older videos, they do that.
I like the older videos. The RT shorts up there?
The RT shorts are there, yeah. Every series is there. What I think is the issue is that they, before the open beta, they just placed all the videos from the old site over to the new. Mm-hmm. So the older videos that had old uploads that were bad, they still have that false file, still have a bad file.
Could be. But I mean, I remember, I thought that I got some of these weird play issues with ones that I'd watched before and hadn't had that issue with on the old site.
No, I have never seen that happening myself, but yeah, if that happens, I don't know.
All right. Well, so there you have it. RT has recently released a revamped streaming video platform, the SVOD. And it's hopefully step one in a full site reconstruction as they revamped the site. What was it now, Alex? 3-4 years ago? And because they wanted it to look and feel less like Reddit. And they wanted it to feel more unique, and it basically just broke everything. And then they left it that way.
I'm not exactly sure what they wanted it to be, other than they just wanted to revamp. Not to mention that they were saying that the old site, the way it was designed, was not good at all, and if they kept trying to work on it, it would just completely break. So they kind of were forced to make a new site.
Okay, well, I don't know much into those details. I just know that as a user, it felt like it worked great. I miss the karma system. I miss being able to see who liked or upvoted a thing. I really miss being able to see. I really miss being able to see who liked or upvoted something of mine. And the other thing I really miss is the feed systems that if you follow somebody and they like somebody you don't follow, you see it because you follow somebody who liked it. And this was a way to disseminate information and actually garner new followers. Because it'd be like, oh, I follow that person and they liked this person. I've never seen this. Oh, wow, this is really cool. I'm going to follow this person too.
I've forgotten about all those features. It's so long since I've used them. But yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, that's what they gave.
We're still missing tremendous amounts of community things. However, we did get a live chat, and that works perfectly well.
Mm-hmm. So you can live chat with other people who are watching a live stream.
Yeah. As well as the broadcast crew. They're quite active there.
Well, they've got such a huge crew now. It makes sense that they've dedicated at least one person to watching the stream chat.
Yeah, it seems to be most of them when they don't do things they have to do.
Mm-hmm.
So you know those before a live show goes on, they have this section when they show the broadcast crew.
Yeah.
During that time, pretty much everyone in the crew goes on their chat.
I see.
But after it goes live, then half of them have jobs they have to do. So then they only pop in once in a while.
I hope at least half of them have jobs they have to do. Otherwise, why would you have a crew that large?
Exactly.
With the new interface, just quick, wanted to get, so is it comfortable to look at? Is it have a nice feel with it so far? And hoping that the community stuff gets added soon?
Yeah, it loads quick and it's dark colors, so it looks
Easy
fine to the eyes.
Okay.
Yeah. I would have made the same argument in favor of it. They went with night colors, which makes it very easy to watch. You don't have glaring white panels anywhere.
God, I love night mode so much on any freaking site.
I know. There are so many. It's like, why did it take us this many years to invent that?
it was really odd. Like today, I access Twitter from my phone, and all of a sudden, for some reason, it went back to regular mode and white. I'm like, what is going on here? Why is this so bright?
What is this? Yeah, I remember when the first programs started like popping up with night mode. I'm like, night mode, that sounds weird, no thanks. And I'd flip it black and be like, what is that? And then one of them I flipped, like, I opened my thing when I was in bed or something at one point. I'm like, it's so bright. And I went, let's see if this night mode thing actually works. And I never went back. Every app I have that can go night mode now, I night mode it. And if I can't get night moded, I uninstall it.
I'm not that bad, but yeah, I also keep night mode on everything. I have one thing I find a bit annoying with the new site, but I know they're working on it. To follow something, you have to add it to your watch list. You can add an entire series to your watch list and then you follow it, so you get a notification when something new comes up. So you don't get notifications on everything, because that will be annoying. The problem is that a notification don't show what series is notifying you about. It just said it's a new episode and gives you the title. But the title is not always the same as the series. Say if there's a new episode of Let's Play, like one here, it says a new episode has been added for Overcooked Chaos Kitchen. Okay, since it's Overcooked, I can guess it's Let's Play, but it doesn't say Let's Play anywhere on it. And this comes for every series, so I get a bunch of notifications I had to click to know what it is.
So I need a little bit better notification system.
Yeah,
so that
they
you get
definitely
the
need to add.
you need faster.
Yeah, they need to add in the actual series on the notification window, because
it's
this is
yeah. Well, it's like anytime I get like a notification from my bank, and I'll just get an email that says, you have notifications from your bank. I'm like, I'm never going to read them. You should really just tell me what kind of is it a notification that I gained interest on a savings account? Is it a notification that a bill was auto-paid? Don't tell me you have notifications. Just say, there was an interest notification. There was an auto-pay notification. Tell me something like that, so that I'm not sitting there going, now I have to click this link, sign into a thing, click another link, click on that, just to know you got 2 cents of interest. It's like, thanks, don't care.
Yeah, I have the same issue with every like official website, like the bank or the school systems, that where you check your exams and stuff.
Well, they try to put as little information in there as possible so that the wrong people aren't getting it. But it's like, you can just say it's an interest notification.
Yeah, it would be that easy.
Quote unquote, Just say that much. That's all you have to say. Because then I can say, because I watched my bank statements, I can go, oh yeah, well, I got an interest notification because I just made interest because that's the end of the month, and I know it's going to be cents. Cool. Great. Delete. Don't care. But at least then I don't have to go, what kind of notification is it? Sign in, clickety, 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 click. Screw that. All right, I'm done with this trap sex. Let's go to the next one.
So we are gonna trip our way into our shenanigans from yesterday.
That's going to be the next episode that I mess with Alex. Is going to be trip sax, and he's going to have a picture of somebody tripping over a saxophone.
No, I was actually going to have a saxophone with luggage. No, saxophone with luggage taking a trip.
Okay, fine. You can do it that way. It should be like a saxophone with eyes, and the eyes are just like multicolor as he's tripping.
I think we just found out who created the old clip art on Windows.
I miss clip art. So, D&D Shenanies. We play Dungeons & Dragons on a weekly basis. Every Tuesday I host a whole bunch of guys from apparently around the world.
Apparently around the world.
I mean, I got somebody in New York. I got somebody in Missouri. I got somebody in Wyoming. I got somebody in wherever the hell Derek's from, because I forgot. I got somebody in Ireland, and I got somebody in Norway, and I used to have somebody in Australia.
And you're from Connecticut, or you're in Connecticut.
And I'm in Connecticut, so all over the United States, plus a couple sort of European countries.
Sort of
European.
Well, I mean, Ireland is not part of mainland Europe, and it doesn't really want to be part of the UK, so it's sort of European. And then Scandinavia is like maybe Europe, maybe it's just an extension of Russia. I don't know.
Russia is also in Europe. It's in both Europe and Asia.
Yeah, it's Eurasian.
Eurasia.
Yeah. Okay, so now that we've got that intro out of the way, D&D, Dungeons and Dragons, 5th edition. You fight some dungeons and you go in some dragons. Wait, scratch that, reverse it. You go in some dungeons and you fight some dragons.
When was the last time we actually were in a dungeon?
I haven't set any of those up. I
So
didn't really.
never.
No, but I'm now writing 2 dungeons, and it's going to be interesting because I've not done it. I like my nice open world where it's like deal with some people, fight some bandits, fight some spiders, deal with some more people, stop a war, start a war, whatever.
I like making dungeons. It's fun to add tricks and traps to mess with your players.
You kind of had a dungeon, didn't you? Have a little bit of stuff going on while you were in Arcosia?
I mean, yeah, but it wasn't set up like a dungeon. It was
more cityscape. It
was a cityscape where there were monsters roaming around.
Okay.
It was good stuff, though. I enjoyed that part. So, you guys, we played yesterday. Yeah. We played Tuesday. Today's Wednesday. Yesterday was Tuesday, which means we finally played. We had a week off, which I didn't like having a week off. I prefer having the game.
Yeah, same.
So, what's going on now, fellas? What has been going on? Catch us up. I think the last time we talked about this, we had just talked about you stopping or negotiating a truce between 2 warring countries, and then teleporting yourselves magically back to the one that hired you to negotiate the truce.
So right now we're dealing with heading in the direction of where we believe the cord armor is. We decided not to go toward Vendar's family and help him deal with his family issues, because as we got back to the previous where the group was hired from, Vendar found out about his father dying and a whole bunch of family issues that came up, because his family's place is in the opposite direction where we're going.
Yeah. I mean, so Vendar's this human nobleman who's part of your party, who plays an assassin, or he's been trained as an assassin. And
Why his father, no less?
Yeah, he was an assassin for his father, who made him learn to do that. Might have trained him. I never imagined his father as much of a fighter himself, but, you know, he's got plenty of money. He can pay for training. And so you guys teleported magically back to the city, and then had the bomb dropped on you by the Empress herself, that Vendar's sister had been moved into the palace for her protection after the brutal murder of her father.
So we were dealing with that at the time, and then we decided that he could put some of his his family stuff on hold, and they were going to manage it. And then we were heading toward Toralos to look for the cord armor.
See,
and as we were heading out, we were already on the road when we got the letter from Christoph to Vendar. Christopher.
No. That was right when you teleported back. You came through in the Mages Guild, and the mage there said, "Oh, by the way, you're Vendar, aren't you? I've got a letter
That's right.
that was sent here, addressed to you."
Yeah, it was before we talked to the Queen.
Yep.
It
Okay.
was. So you'd already gone to the Queen, like, yeah, we got this letter, we got some information, we're going to do something about it. And the Queen's like, oh, by the way, your dad's dead.
Yeah. That's right. So in Christopher's letter, it was stating that the necromancer that the party was dealing with before was going to summon a very powerful and nasty being.
Okay, so I want to stop you there and ask you, what do you mean when you say before, Malachi?
Wait, what?
You say they were dealing with a necromancer before. Before what?
Before I barely know anything
Before
about it.
you got there.
Yeah.
So there's some storyline. You jumped into the story. You joined up with these guys, and they're like, "We want to save the world from this dragon." And to which you said, "That sounds like a good idea. Let me join you."
Mm-hmm.
Okay, and then you transport yourself with them to this town. You're like, "We're gonna fight a dragon," and then you get this bomb dropped on you that the party has a previous engagement with some other bad dude. Now they want to deal with that?
Well, since Yukikaze is a follower of Bahamut and an all-around warrior, he can't just ignore needing to banish evil, that when his pilgrimage is very uncertain. So he believes that these trials that are being brought before him are Bahamut testing his resolve and his need to help people.
Right, but I thought that fighting the dragon, the big dragon that was going to end the whole world or whatever, was part of that pilgrimage. What happened to that?
Well, we have no strong leads exactly where the dragon is, so we need to progress and move and help people as we find more information about this and address the dragon problem.
And some of us need to get armor.
And we do know that dragons are super powerful beings, and we can't just be like, "Oh, hey, I'm gonna stab you," because the dragon's just gonna bite my head off and then laugh.
It might laugh and then bite your head off and then laugh some more, actually.
Yeah. So it's more of the dragon isn't put on hold. It's more gathering information, getting prepared, and then addressing it.
Okay, so you have decided that the party needs more stuff before it's ready to find and then fight this dragon. So you're hoping that the dragon holds off on devouring the whole world long enough for you to do that,
Yes.
is what I'm gathering.
Yes.
Yep.
Because we don't, like I said, we don't know exactly where this legendary, and it's also a legendary, it's not just a dragon, it's the
dragon.
It's a
deity.
god.
Yeah, almost deity dragon. Or actually, it is a deity dragon, isn't it?
It was,
Close.
according to the lore you've read, it was worshipped as a god or thought of as a god.
Yeah.
Valhalla.
So, yeah, it's not smart to be like, yeah, I can take this.
You've heard of one other dragon from the history of the world that was thought of in similar terms.
Yes, a black dragon, right?
Yeah, black dragon named Shasharan.
Shasharan. So our party from there got those two big bombs dropped on them. We addressed those, got prepared, left the city, and are on our way to
Another country.
because heading toward the cord armor, which we believe is in Toralos.
Right, which is a big desert in the east.
And on the way, we were hinted to from the letter that the necromancer is going to be on the way, and we were going to deal with that.
And so
He's in another country at west, right?
East.
East is Watertown east of us?
It's east, yeah. Toralos
what?
is east.
Toralos is east, Thanandir is east, Calabar is east. So there's a map that I drew up for this whole campaign that we're referencing. Yeah. These are all just made up country names. But so you're headed out of the country you're in into an adjacent country where your information is leading you toward this necromancer, and you know that this is sort of more or less on the way to another country you want to get to. It's on the way if you strictly take a land route, but I think it was your elven wizard, Laramendus, who suggested that you might take a boat. And then you took a vote, and everybody said, nah, kill the necromancer.
Not everybody, but...
Well, the solid vote wasn't until later, was it? To where
No, but the vote on whether you would take a boat or take a land route was earlier.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, and we voted to take out the necromancer twice, I think.
Right. So on the way you're on the road to this new land, this new country none of you has visited before. You ran across a town, a small village, right?
Well, we could mention before that Tristan always likes to bring back things from previous encounters. And as we were leaving, they unwittingly ran into an old acquaintance that I don't remember all the things, but I thought there was a little bit of, hey, you can deal with this, bye, kind of thing.
I think you're referring to the soldier from the attacking nation named Martin.
Yes.
Yeah, Martin.
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah, eh?
We wanted
here
to
guarding
send...
the gate, okay?
Yeah, we thought we had fooled Martin to desert from his army and head north to find snow, but he apparently thought we were messing with him. So
I mean, you were, so
we were.
So Tristan, our wonderful DM, loves to do that kind of stuff to us.
So all the party who had met him were able to recognize this dwarven soldier, and they're like, "Why aren't you off finding snow?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm not falling for that twice, eh?"
So that was a fun, silly little encounter we got to do, and then we progressed farther onto the next town, which, of course, was.
It was only women.
Yeah, it was only women because the men were off to fight and were taken away by the necromancer because apparently they were being attacked by undead and also spiders and wolves. I forgot if that was before or after the undead. Was it just purely after the undead?
Spiders and wolves were just a constant threat to the village that they had to deal with all the time. Living so close to this big forest and raising livestock made them targets for these predatory creatures. But apparently your friend the necromancer rolled on by with his ever-growing army of zombies and decided to, add a few new recruits.
Yeah, I guess I made all the men lose their heads.
A lot of zombies still have heads.
So as we were passing through, we had to discuss actually helping the village because of this, because some people didn't want to help.
That was an amazing scene to me because Sam presented the idea of the group being in a hurry, needing to get where it needed to go, and being able to just ring up the capital for some soldiers to solve the problem for you, knowing that that's a terrible suggestion and that Drew Adventurers should never do something like that, fully expecting the whole group to rally against him and say, no, we're going to save this place because we're heroic. And half the group was like, yeah, we can do that. We're in a hurry. We should get soldiers from the city to do this for us. Don't worry, guys. We're going to call back to the city and then some soldiers are going to come and fix the problem. No, don't worry about it. And Sam's just like, why are they agreeing with me? He's sending me messages. He's like, why are they agreeing with me? They're not supposed to be agreeing with me. This is a bad idea.
And luckily, there was one Dragonborn that was like, no, Bahamut wouldn't like this.
That doesn't sound like the way Riken talks.
No. Well, because Riken's not a Dragonborn. Oh.
Yukikaze is a
Yeah. What are you going to do about that? Are you going to flip a table?
It has to be sufficiently not big.
All right. Anyways.
Yeah, like maybe like just a coffee table.
So I've been running my mouth. Why don't the other guys take over for a bit?
So you decided eventually that Bahamut would be unhappy if you didn't help these poor people in their time of need, and that capital city is really far away. The soldiers might not get there in time. Plus, there's that whole army in front of the city to, like, you don't want them getting into a fight with now that you just signed a truce. So what did you do instead?
Well, trouble happened while we were arguing.
Oh, I guess the decision was made for you then?
Yes, it was. A girl was apparently taken by a wolf, so we chased after it.
Oh no! How'd that go?
We tried chasing after it, but I could not steer this magic horse that has been given by the wizard, so I fell off.
There were some tight turns and small buildings to avoid, and there was a child in the road. What was he doing there? I
ran over him.
Oh, that's
so bad.
That's unfortunate. So you ran over a kid with your horse. Did he die?
No.
Okay. Catch him up.
Yeah, as I fell off, I went up to him and gave him a healing potion.
Oh, that was nice of you.
But then he called me a boy, so I was insulted.
You just cut your hair short.
But I'm still dressed in a women's clothing.
I mean, kids don't really understand gender. What's the word I'm looking for? Conventions. Gender conventions. It's a good thing. Anyway, so he called you a boy. That upset you. Because we know Guaco is not a boy.
Not in the game. Leah's not a boy. Leah's a girl.
Leah's a girl.
Yeah, but I am very much a dude in real life.
I'm just going to take your word for it. So, you chased after her. She had gotten dragged off by some wolves, and when you finally caught up with her out in the woods, what was going on?
Wolves were fighting spiders.
Wolves were fighting spiders. There were giant-ass spiders fighting these wolves over their morsel of a human. How'd you get out of this one?
We killed them.
How'd them Duke boys going to get out of this one?
We killed them quite easily.
I remember this wizard elf. He teleported in, grabbed the girl that was in the middle of this fight, and teleported out just in time for me to set the forest on fire.
Aha. Riken sounds a little bitter about how easily he killed them.
That's because I didn't get to kill them.
Oh no, Riken!
Like they were killing them before I even teleported to save her.
Yeah, I killed like 2 spiders or so, and then I burned the rest.
Yeah,
except one.
I think you got there last, Leah.
Yeah.
Because running over that kid took up some of your time.
Yeah, but I still managed to burn them before Riken did anything.
Riken, what happened?
Because I'm a melee fighter.
And you rolled really well on initiative?
Yes, so I rolled so well, I was last, I
think. Last after the person who was trampling villagers in the village you're trying to save.
Pretty much.
And also riding on a tiger that is slower than the magic horses.
This is true. I think that's why everybody else got there first.
Yeah, I feel like the tiger needs to be made faster.
Do you dare saying that to her face?
No, I love Kubriel.
Maybe Kubriel needs to ride a magic Kubriel.
No, because she hates the magic Kubriel.
Ah, that's true.
That's foreshadowing.
So you saved the village, and they said thank you, I hope?
Yes, they offered us stuff, but we turned it down.
What? You're supposed to be adventurers. Adventurers are like, stuff? Yeah, give us all the stuff.
Yeah, but we felt they needed it more.
Oh, what did they offer you? Did they offer you panties?
No, they didn't have to be on this.
Did they offer you other services?
Like they offered us like gold and...
We did take the medical care. At least I did.
Okay, so they offered you some medical assistance. And I think there was something else that you did ask them for instead of gold, in lieu of gold. Information.
Oh, yeah.
Information just as important as gold.
More so in your case, since you didn't know where you were going.
And plus, we have a crap ton of platinum, so
we don't need gold. It's not worth anything. We've got stuff that's worth literally 10 times as much as gold. Exactly 10 times as much as gold. This is platinum. So you got information. What kind of information did you get?
About the zombies.
Oh, what did you learn about the zombies?
When they came in, the men of the village were trying to fight them, but they were soon overpowered. And
Dark side.
then they were then they turned into zombies, and then they all left. Heading east.
I think you were given a very specific piece of information.
Yeah, they were heading for a fortress.
There you go. You were told the fortress that you were told that an old man passed through town with a wagon pulled by 6 horses, and it had all this netting and other entrapments, weird stuff. Maybe it looked like it came out of another country on it, and he had asked for if he was on the right road to get to a particular fortress, and they had told him he was. So now your group knew that you wanted to head for a fortress, and you were able to get the information on where the fortress was, roughly, from these people, and the name of the fortress. I'm feeling like this isn't ringing any bells, right? Nobody remembers this.
I mean,
What do you mean?
I remember all this. That's the wagon he stole from you guys.
Yes, I know. I don't know why he's saying it's not ringing any bells. Just because I'm not answering doesn't mean it's not ringing any bells.
Maybe answer?
Or acknowledge it. It doesn't even answer, just acknowledge it.
I mean, I never really cared about the wagon.
It wasn't about the wagon. It was about the destination.
Oh, was it? Yeah.
Yeah.
Destination.
Oh, yeah, the fortress.
Yes, the fortress.
So, you headed on now that you had this information, and eventually you came to an inn.
An inn where I played a song.
You played a song.
About your adventures.
Yeah.
You asked the performer inside the inn to accompany you as you sang a song about your adventures. And you told the story of how your group valiantly slew a dragon named Bala.
Yeah, which we haven't done yet, but, details.
Yeah. But now anybody who listened to it might think you did.
Yeah, but that's fine.
It's good. You saved the world from Bala. They don't have to worry about anything anymore. They're safe.
No.
No. No.
It gives us good reputation.
It gives you a good reputation up until the point that Bala actually appears and somebody goes, hey, remember there was a story about an order of a sickening flame killing a badger dragon? Is that her? I thought she was supposed to be dead.
A badger dragon?
Yeah, Bala.
That sounds terrifying.
Yeah.
But
So, yeah.
I didn't intend people to actually believe the story anyway.
Oh. That's why you ended the song with, by the way, I'm that little girl.
Shut up. I got a little carried away when I was writing it. It's your fault for telling me that I should write the song.
Oh, yes, I'm so sorry I encouraged you to roleplay. I'll make sure not to do that anymore.
So after that, we got food. We went to our respected rooms to get some sleep, and we rested.
And it was very restful, and everybody slept well through the night, woke up the next day.
Stop
and
lying. Stop lying. Stop you.
Riken slept well.
Riken had a great dream about being with his god.
He had a great premonition.
Because he's an idiot.
Yeah, 4 of us had nightmares, 2 of them being quite similar.
Yeah, who's the idiot who had a nightmare? Not Riken, so it looks like he's smart.
Smart enough not to have a nightmare.
Exactly.
Oh, you guys suck at dreaming. I'll show you how a real man dreams.
Wow.
So, 4 of us had dreams of bad omens, people dying, namely the party, and a lot of bad stuff. So after that,
I want to know how your dream ended, Malachi. Tell me about the end of your dream, the very end.
Mine specifically, because everyone seems to die differently. Like, that's one thing I was curious about talking to everyone about, was the particulars of how each person ended. So maybe that, there's some hidden information with it being different, but still similar.
Interesting. How did your dream end?
With our lovely Leah Guaco slicing Riken Alex's throat.
Ooh. Leah, why would you do that?
I call shenanigans.
I would never do that. He's my dragon papa. I love him.
Yeah, but
really, how did your dream end?
My dream ended with him about to be killed by the necromancer, and I trying to get to him, but it was a magic portal in my way.
Who's him?
Riken.
Oh, Riken. Things aren't looking good for you, man.
Yeah, once again, I call shenanigans. My dream was the real one, theirs was the fake.
Yeah, in both our dreams, Riken was sitting on a throne with a necromancer next to him. The difference is that
Yeah, apparently I was on a throne, so they were going
to us, bro.
Someone was going to commit regicide.
Oh, no.
What could happen is, Riken and his gloatiness, bigness, is like, oh, hey, guys, here's a cool throne. He sits on it, not realizing there's a magical spell on it that whoever sits on is magically bound to it.
Uh-oh.
And then everything unfolds terribly.
Riken just wanted to be king.
I mean, to be fair, he is right now.
Exactly.
You're not king, you're patriarch.
I mean, that is the equivalent of king for Arcosia.
Okay.
So, as we discussed the omens, and there was a few shenanigans that happened during that time. Kubriel having food issues because of Riken's neglect, and we ended up discussing everything, and then we had to come to a vote of actually going to the tower and also enlisting help, because if the omen is as bad as it is, we shouldn't just blindly assume that we could handle it and not take assistance. So we all decided on hiring help, and now we are on our way there.
I don't know. I think Riken can handle it. He's got this covered.
Yeah, Riken wasn't very happy about getting help because he wants to show his strength off. And
but now you have
help is cowardice.
But now you've got an audience to show your strength off to.
True.
Yeah, sure. We hired help from the bard I was singing with.
Really?
So
he's skilled. He had got a guild. We kind of showed off. Well, I kind of showed off magical items which I shouldn't have.
Oops.
And we paid them. Well, we tried
Handsomely.
paying them with an ingot, but that was a little too much. So a platinum ingot.
They're like, yes, that will do. We'll take that much. So you hired a troupe of adventurers, somewhat like yourselves.
Oh yeah, and what's our name?
Our name or their name?
No, what is our combined group's name?
Oh, do we have a combined name?
Sons of Imminent Death.
Yeah, they are the Sons of Imminent Dawn. We are the Order of Sacred Flame. So
I believe it had something to do with the Riken.
oh yeah, that.
Was this a
Yeah,
German
the Fellowship
group?
of Riken.
Oh, the Fellowship of the Riken.
The Fellowship of the Riken.
Yep.
Oh my goodness.
13 companions set out from Lothlorien.
I think we need to stop there before Riken's head gets bigger.
I
So
wonder
it sounds
how-
like you
how
guys
big
are
they can
having
make it.
exciting adventures in D&D.
It's like, well, yeah, we have a lot of fun, and even if anyone does role playing, we would recommend that enjoy the actual verbal parts and have fun with them, play with them, do funny things, but stay in your character, and it could be fun.
You don't have to stay in your character as much as I do.
Well, stay in your character is to keep things consistent. It doesn't have to be, you are your character. Just try to be consistent.
Yeah, I'm more referring to what is going on with my character at the moment.
Well,
we haven't brought that up here because
yes.
it's gross, right, Riken?
Oh, it's so gross.
I don't want to say it. Okay, anyway.
Enough. I think it's enough to say that she's young. She's like 13 years young, and she just experienced her first womanhood. So it's gross.
And Riken had to listen about it.
Riken's eyes just glaze over. He's like, yep. Okay. How do we make that stop?
Exactly. He's like, I hope there's a cure somewhere.
So yeah, fun stuff. All the fun of life.
All right.
Life fun.
So it's time to get the flip out of here.
I forgot to put that on the sex traps.
Oh,
Yeah, you forgot to put them.
No,
It needs to be in the sex traps. Need to edit
no, stop calling it that.
Oh, you said it wrong though. It's trap sex, not sex trap.
Goodbye, everyone. Good night.
Hashtag goodbye.
Goodbye.
Yeah, goodbye over there.
Goodbye.
Bye, Lilyhammer.
Son of a... Stop it! I have to end it!
We're going to talk afterwards.
Goodbye. Okay, now we can start talking.
Everybody loves the goodbye.
Oh, good Lord.
Just have him keep saying it and show a picture of Alex just banging us out of the table and saying it.
No.
Oh, no.
I fucking said goodbye. Stop talking.
Exactly.
Sayonara.
Nayosara.
Hej då.
It's like Japanese for go die.
Sayonara. It's for go die.
I don't think that's right.
Thanks to the following patrons for making this video possible. Support us at patreon.com/player4podcast.